Now, we see thousands of renovations from clever owners. Some make some really good money, some don't. What do the good ones have in common? Over to the golden rule. Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael BURGIO, Mark Novak, episode 536, the golden rule, minimum cost, maximum exposure. This, if you're thinking about impact, if you're thinking about renovating your property, potentially renovating it to rent out, renovating it to sell, or just renovating it to enjoy it yourself, Mark and I are going to talk about what we see people do really, really well, and where we see people not do really, really well. So let's talk about. I know you've almost completed your full second story and renovation. So I'd love any input you have here as well. So Mark, let's let it rip. Maybe let's go from the an investor. They're thinking about selling. They haven't done anything to their property in 30 years, and it's crazy. It's worth double, and they haven't done anything. What else can you do that in? But where do we start?
Where do we start is we walk through people's homes, and they've got their own thing that's bugged them or given them the shits, and then, that may be in the kitchen or in the bathroom or whatever it may be. And what always strikes people is it doesn't actually it's a bit like makeup for a lady. It doesn't, you can make a dramatic change with makeup. Why? Because it's minimum cost, it's only makeup, and it's maximum impact. It's got a lot of cover on the face, foundation, lipstick, eyeliner. See how I know all this? It makes a big, big difference. And property, that principle on property, it works the exact same.
And just like makeup on a girl, you can put too much on and be worse off. So just like property, you can sometimes do too much or focus too much on one thing. So, just thought I'd chuck that in there. See, I know that as well. I live with plenty of girls.
Genius.
Anyway, carry on.
It's in my so paint, carpet, going nuts with paint, even to the degree of not changing over a kitchen, but actually painting the kitchen can make a huge difference. So people often have a lot of that, a timber kitchen, or that timber lining, or architraves around doors, timber, white, and a good old charcoal paint will make you a hell of a lot of money. That's probably the most highest impact thing we see in real estate. That is the lowest cost, and it is a must if you're selling your property. I would definitely give it a fresh coat. I would definitely give it a carpet as well. It's always going to make you money. And what the beautiful thing is, Burge, you have it done in 48 hours. Done.
It's true, because a lot of people, if you go to the apartment, you think, all right, I need to redo the kitchen, redo the bathroom. And it's like I reckon they're the first two things people think they need to do to feel like they've done it. And that saying less is more really applies to renos. There's a couple concepts here. One, kitchens and bathrooms. If you think of anything that could be a potential money pit, as in if you think that's very hard to budget for, it's kitchen and bathrooms. You budget $5,000, it'll cost you 10. So if you're doing something for an investment, you really need to watch the money out and not minimize the stuff you do that could catch you spending double. Because it is a fine line between investing too much and getting that return on investment. And there's no magic formula, spend $1, make $2 in resales. We can get to that in another thing as well. But kitchen, bathroom, main thing. But there's a lot of things you can do which just sort of cover the surface. Like, as you said, painting them, doing new covers that will make it look and feel fresh, but it doesn't come with all the added expenses. And
you know what else? When you do the thing is, when you're again, the high minimum cost, maximum impact a number one law in real estate. That's actually leaving it in the same price range, but pushing it towards the top of the price range, maximum impact stuff, which is carpet, paint, stuff like that. It's moving it to the upper echelon of their price range. When you're doing a kitchen and bathroom, you're almost moving it into a new price range. So you've got to be careful that you want to move it into that next price range, because sometimes you may not make it, so you're actually wasting your money. So what I mean by that is, say you're a one-bedroom unit in our market, and a premium one-bedroom unit is $800,000, right? If you're going to put a new kitchen and a new bathroom into that one-bedroom unit, you're probably going to be up for $40,000 to $50,000. Now, are you really? If you're going to spend $40,000 to $50,000, you want to make you want to double your money. You don't want to spend 50 to make 50. It doesn't make sense. You want to spend 50 to make 100. So you've got to ask yourself, if I'm going to kick it into the next price range, am I going to achieve that price? So if you're going to do a kitchen and a bathroom in that one bed that was sitting at 8, are you going to push it to 9?
And that's the question you're going to ask. You may not. And that's where you need to be honest with yourself, with what are the costs and what are the potential sales. And Mark, you've also got to think to yourself, do buyers want it? You may think it's going to look better or is better, but will it be better? We see we're seeing more often unrenovated properties where a buyer can put their whole touch on it. Sometimes a buyer, and I'm sure when you went through your property, you're like, that's great. Let's say a client did the kitchen, but we want to do it with these tiles to match our bathroom. We're going to undo everything they did because it's not how we want. So you really need to be careful. As I said, less is more, that what you're doing, it may not be good for the buyers, therefore they don't count it as value. And then you're in a trap that instead of selling it for that 800, you tried to renovate it up to a 900, but you didn't complete it, and buyers discount the money you spent. So you're in it for 850, but they only want to pay 8, and you don't get anywhere. So this is when it comes to engaging a great agent who will tell you all these things and will not just tell you what you want to hear. Because Mark, sometimes clients are very passionate. They want to present it to the best they can. And if it means doing the kitchen and bathroom, then they're willing to do it. But sometimes it may not equal that. And as an agent, you're leaving the door open for, if the campaign doesn't go how you believe it will go, the client says, well, I told you I should have done the bathroom or kitchen. It's your fault. So it's interesting.
And you know what else? Make sure it's, when you do the reno, make sure you've got to be crazy enough to be awesome, but you can't be bold enough to do something you really like and it's not going to be popular out there. A working example is, I'm proudly Serbian background, and how many properties I've sold for Serbs. They do a beautiful kitchen, neutral, white kitchen, charcoal benchtop. They do a red splashback. I don't know why but it's like, dude, you did this whole reno, but the theory there is, I'm thinking, hang on a sec, it's only a splashback, you can just change it, but buyers don't think like that. So when you are doing these reno, guys and girls, keep them, have some fun, be a little bit bold, but don't be bold enough to be that everyone's going to walk in and think, I'm not sure about that colour. So you've got to stick with neutral colours and be bold with it. But certainly, I think that another thing with renos, Burge, that I see people do when we're selling is they do it when we're selling. Like, if you're going to do it, and people are really spending a lot of money on their properties at the moment, which is bloody awesome, because they're in their house, they're there, they're in their unit, they're there. So at the moment, guys and girls, if you want to add serious value, fast, enjoy your fresh home, do paint, do carpet if it's more than 5 or 7 years old, reward yourself and bloody enjoy it, especially if it's on the horizon to sell in a couple of years' time, because it'll still look fresh.
That's the thing. Paint, carpet, landscaping, clean, and declutter. It's sometimes owners have a hard time hearing this because they think, is that it? And it's like, yes, less is more. The simple approach. we would rather you spend extra money on marketing, bigger signboards, better ads, videos, exposure, drops, than redoing the bathroom and have only a 10% renovated property, because it's all or nothing. And I think some people get caught in the middle of that as well. Neutral.
And reward you, and I think rewarding yourself in this time, in these hard times, is really important. You're not spending like you used to spend, perhaps on travel or perhaps on dinners or getting out or whatever that may be. I think it's really important to reward yourself at the moment. So by adding value to your biggest asset that you're living in, it's tax free. So if you spend $1 and make $1, that dollar that you made, you're not paying tax on. So it just makes so much sense to plow some money into your home. Have a look around. We did a kitchen on our place about a year ago, and we had a valuation on the house about 2 years ago. And I was talking to the broker the other day, and he said, one thing which is really powerful, which really kills me, is you don't see how shit your house is when it's your house. Like, you don't see it. You know what I mean? Suddenly when someone comes in and goes cha 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 and changes it, you're like, that was really old. So our kitchen that we had, we've been in our place for 15 years, and our kitchen that we had was there for 5 years before that. So it was a 20-year-old kitchen, probably even older. But when it was done pretty, like, they were 75-year-olds that did the renovation, right? So you just don't see it doesn't sit under your eyes, guys. So I'm urging everyone to have a look around your home today. Have a look if you can add value and make a fortune by doing minimum cost, maximum impact changes.
And sometimes with a house, it's putting a wall so you can have an enclosed fourth bedroom, a fifth bedroom. Sometimes all of that is a lot better than doing a bathroom kitchen. Make it into a 5-bedroom home from a 4, because a lot of people don't have that imagination. So, but I think a lot of people get the point. Luke and Mel, Michelle, always great having you guys on. Anything else you want to add on to that, Mark? I think that's a wrap.
No, that's it. But you know what? It really excites me. If you imagine people around watching this and walking around their house and going, yep, we're going to do that now. Yep, we're going to do it now. Bring the paint and do this. Bang, get it done. You can make a fortune.
Beautiful.
Tell a friend. Share it.
Tell a friend. Share, like, comment.
Yeah. There you go.